This morning, let's explore the Buddha's Master Yourself discourse. This is 1mar23 Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi. This is the Lama you are looking for. This morning we could chant and meditate and enjoy a lesson or two, but first, if you love Star Wars and you wish to meditate as transformatively as Obi-Wan Kenobi upon the toasty, toasty sands of Tatooine, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. If at any point during this morning's live stream you have a question about meditation, philosophy, or even chanting, there is no need to be shy. Simply type your question in great detail in the chat window on the right-hand side of the screen. What's that? You say you're watching a replay? No problem. Just type your question in the comment area below the video. This morning's passage is found in the Dhammapada, translated by Thomas Byrom, adapted by yours truly. Love yourself and be awake today, tomorrow, always. People talk about self-love. Self-love means essentially practicing the Eightfold Path. You want to be happy? Practice the Eightfold Path. You want to support your health? Practice the Eightfold Path. You want nurturing relationships? Practice the Eightfold Path. Now, is it a substitute for sleeping, drinking water, eating food, getting medical care? No. But it is a marvelous adjunct. Let us continue. First, establish yourself in the way, then teach others, and so defeat sorrow. So this is important. The people want to jump in. I've known people who want to jump into teaching before they master the material. It's not enough to know the material. You have to master the material. So what could the path of mastery be like? Well, according to Abraham Maslow, the path of mastery is fourfold. There's ignorance of ignorance, awareness of ignorance, conscious competency, unconscious competency. In other words, think of the way you tie your shoes. You don't think about it. It's just automatic. When have we mastered the Buddha's Eightfold Path? When we practice it spontaneously, habitually, easily, and effectively. Let's continue. To straighten the cricket, you must, let's chant this. To straighten the cricket, you must first do the harder thing, straighten yourself. In other words, before you fix others, fix yourself. 500 years later, it is said that Jesus taught, do not remove the splinter out of your neighbor's eye until you remove the log out of your own eye. Or the 2x4, if you want to be all colloquial-like. You are your only master who will subdue yourself and discover your master. This is important. The whole discipleship thing didn't really come about until the Mahamudra Revolution. So beware of those who tell you that the only path to enlightenment is through devotion. They're either mistaken or they're manipulating you. Now, is it useful to have advisors? Yes. Is it wise to, when we get advice, do we follow it blindly? No. We test it. How do we do that? By applying it enthusiastically once every 12 hours for 7 consecutive days. Then we stand back and watch our results. Has our peace and joy and wisdom and love increased or decreased? That is the test of the teacher, the effect of their teachings upon an enthusiastic student. I'd like to spend the next 40 seconds on housekeeping. Every 12 hours I broadcast a live meditation class without any ads, except for this. This channel is supported by the generosity of viewers just like you, which is a terribly cheesy thing to say, wouldn't you agree? With your help, this channel could support the next generation of nuns, monks, yogis, lamas, and even brick-and-mortar meditation centers, each replete with a resident teacher and their apprentice. If that sounds like a good thing to you and you'd like to help out, even for as little as the cost of 1 cup of coffee a month, no big deal. Just use your smartphone to capture the QR code or scroll down to the description area below the video and click the link. Fabulous. Okay, let's see. I'm going to click button 9. It's 5 minutes after the hour. Let's begin our sadhana or practice text. Where is it? Is this it? Okay. Excuse me, I need to take a moment to hose my nose. I am back. Thank you for your patience. So, welcome to Easy Kind Gaze. So who is this individual here sitting in what looks like a very pretty place with an excess of arms? What's going on? Is this a god or a goddess we're supposed to believe in? No, not at all, not even a little bit. This is an archetype of enlightenment, known in Tibetan as a yadam, or in Sanskrit as a deva or a devi. Although there are many literal-minded people who are happy to pretend this individual is a god, a celestial parent, if you will, those of us who are comfortable with flexible thinking, who can recognize metaphors and similes and hyperbole and the like, recognize that the image of an archetype is useful for organizing the similes and metaphors that are integral to our practice of mantra meditation. This individual is the archetype of enlightened compassion, known in Sanskrit as Avalokiteshvara, known in Tibetan as Chinrezig, which could translate as kind gaze. Some people translate it as kind eyes. I think kind gaze makes more sense. We're going to have, you ever hear, remember you go to a deli and you might get a pastrami on rye. So you've got pastrami surrounded by 2 pieces of bread. We call that a sandwich. Well, our sandwich, we're going to have a mantra sandwich, and the 2 pieces of bread are going to be silent meditations. We're going to begin and end with silent meditation. Cue dramatic music. Dun, dun, dun. Let us slice through the duality of dread and desire with the 8th jhana of awareness and letting go's silent meditation. Because this is Tantra, we have a shortcut to the 8th jhana, because that's how we roll. Kind Lama, please come to the crown of this head with each recitation of the 6 audible mantra. Kind Lama, please come to the crown of this head with each recitation of the 6 audible mantra. Kind Lama, please come to the crown of this head with each recitation of the 6 audible mantra. So Lama could be literal, it could be archetypical, it could be figurative, it could refer to the teachings. Heck, it could refer to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, if that gets you off. So for the next 4 breaths, let's play with the silent recitation, Lama, come to this crown. During the enthusiastic inhalation, we recite Lama, come. Doing the relaxing exhalation, we recite to this crown. Crown meaning the top of the head. So now we're prepared for meditation. During our enthusiastic inhalations, we can mentally recite, we're watching this. During our tranquilizing exhalation, we could mentally recite relaxing. And that's it. We don't control what we experience. We treat what we experience the way a moviegoer treats a film. We watch it, and we let it do what it do. Whether what we're watching, whether what we're perceiving is pleasurable or painful, interesting or boring, glorious or grotesque. And now let us continue with our chanting. May I yearn to liberate all beings through mastery of the Eightfold Path, with each recitation of the six-syllable mantra. May I rely upon the Buddha's example, instructions, and students, with each recitation of the six-syllable mantra. Kind Lama, may I regret the harm I've done and resolve to do the kind thing with each recitation of the six-syllable mantra. May I enthusiastically share with all beings all my wisdom, love, health, and possessions with each recitation of the six-syllable mantra. Kind Lama, please blend with this mind with each recitation of the six-syllable mantra. So let's review the meaning of this six-syllable mantra. I invoke the wish-fulfilling Manu, jewel of love, and the purifying baby lotus of letting go, supplicating with whom may love and letting go be mastered by all. Let's leapfrog over confusion with mantra meditation, beginning by leapfrogging over our clinging tendencies by contemplating the right view of reality, which is the first fold of the Eightfold Path. As mentioned previously, we're going to use figurative statements, metaphors, and similes and the like. Why would we do something so confusing? It's because vertebrate life forms on this planet evolved to think symbolically. First we perceived, and then we began recalling perceptions and anticipating perceptions. Before you know it, Bob's your uncle. Before you know it, Bob's your uncle, we're writing sonnets in iambic pentameter. So we're going to begin by playing with 4 rhetorical questions. How is it that as we inhale, we can see our circumstances rather clearly, and yet as we physically relax into the recitation of the mantra, these exact same circumstances could begin to feel as if they were as non-graspable as a vast empty void? What is a real-world example of a non-graspable vast empty void? How about the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which, although it's tantalizing to the eye, is intangible to the grasp? So, as we breathe in, we could observe our circumstances, and yet as we relax into the recitation of the mantra, these exact same circumstances could feel as non-graspable as a real or imagined Buddha's paradise comprised only of light. That paradise might be known in Sanskrit as avati, which translates literally as pure land, or figuratively as paradise. Mani mimi ungo 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 mani mimi Mani mimi ungo 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 mani mimi. No, our job is to not visualize or believe or emote, but simply to play with these words as we inhale and relax as best we can during the recitation of the mantra. Umani baby, ungomani 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 baby. Umani baby, ungomani 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 baby. So what we're doing is we're bringing the 4 bases of mindfulness into the path of letting go. What are the 4 bases of mindfulness? In this context, they would be circumstance, bodies, communication, or the experience of the interpersonal, and mind. We'll get more to what that means in just a few minutes. We're using the word form here as a monosyllabic synonym for body. Umani baby, ungomani 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 baby. As we breathe in, it is quite easy to feel a body, and yet as we exhale into our recitation of the mantra, this exact same body could feel as if it was as non-graspable as an archetype of enlightenment comprised only of light. Umani baby, ungomani 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 baby. Umani baby, ungomani 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 baby. Umani baby, ungomani 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 baby. As we breathe in, we could perceive our experience of the interpersonal, which is based upon communication, both verbal and nonverbal. And so we could say, metaphorically, that we could hear the resonance of our relationships, and yet, as we relax into the recitation of the mantra, these exact same relationships could feel as if they were as non-graspable as a real or imagined mantra comprised only of light. Umani baby, ungomani 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 baby. Umani baby, ungomani 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 baby. Umani baby, ungomani 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 baby. Umani baby, ungomani 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 baby. As we breathe in, we can observe with crystal clarity the functions of our mind. Our mind's ability to perceive sensations, flavors, scents, sounds, sights, and the like. Our mind's ability to emote, intend, reason, recall, and imagine. However, as we relax into the recitation of the mantra, these exact same minds could feel as if they were as non-graspable a Buddha's one-syllable mantra comprised only of light. Mani mimi yungo 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 mani mimi hum. Mani mimi yungo 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 mani mimi hum. Mani mimi yungo 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 mani mimi hum. Mani mimi yungo 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 mani mimi hum. Now let us leapfrog over our competitive tendencies by contemplating right wishes, the second fold of the Eightfold Path. One moment, if you please. This is page 20, okay. Control G, 20, the screen's going to go nuts. Let me fix this right quick. I'm going to tap the home button for a moment. That didn't do it. Let's go over here. All right, and let's make sure the display is synchronized. Fabulous. Okay. So we're going to leapfrog over competitive tendencies by contemplating right wishes, the second fold of the Eightfold Path. So we're just wishing good things to all beings everywhere. We don't have to believe, we don't have to visualize, we don't have to emote. If all we do is recite this wish during our inhalation and relax as best we can during the recitation of the mantra, we will make progress on the path. So let us wish that all beings of all worlds, real or imagined, now enjoy the wisdom of a Buddha symbolized by a one-syllable mantra known as a seed mantra or a bija mantra. Mani mimi yungo 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 mani mimi hum. Mani mimi yungo 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 mani mimi hum. Mani mimi yungo 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 mani mimi hum. Mani mimi yungo 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 mani mimi hum. Let us lovingly wish that all beings' experience of the interpersonal is as loving as a Buddha's communication symbolized by mantra. Money baby you go 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 money baby money baby you go 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 money baby. Folks, I live in America. I should rephrase that. I live in the United States of America, one of the wealthiest countries in the world that mercilessly exploits its citizens, forcing them to go bankrupt to take care of the most trivial of medical needs. Medical needs that we do have the signs to meet, but not the will to treat. How horrible is that? So yes, I would love it if all beings of all worlds, especially those with power to make things happen, our politicians, are now filled with wisdom and love, as opposed to mere cleverness and competitiveness. Money baby you go 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 money baby. Oh money baby you go 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 money baby. Let us lovingly wish that all beings of all worlds, real or imagined, now enjoy the health that we see enjoyed by archetypes of enlightenment in pieces of tantric art. Remember, the word for an archetype of enlightenment in Tibetan is yadam. Money baby you go 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 money baby. Oh money baby you go 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 money baby. Oh money baby you go 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 money baby. Oh money baby you go 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 money baby. Let us lovingly wish that all circumstances of all beings, real or imagined, now enjoy the safety and good fortune as depicted in tantric lore as belonging to a Buddha's paradise or Pure Land or Vati. Money baby you go 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 money baby. Money baby you go 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 money baby. Oh money baby you go 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 money baby. Umani mimi ungomani 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 mimi. Having collected approximately 256 mantras, or recitations of mantra, we switch gears and now prepare to again slice through the duality of dread and desire, with not the 8th jhana this time, but the 4th jhana of bliss and letting go's silent meditation. Well, let's make sure that the screen display is still synchronized. It appears to be, which is lovely. So we're going to play with 4 rapid-fire contemplations, and then we're going to, once again, rest the mind in meditation. We're going to use melting as a metaphor of impermanence to help us to leapfrog over our clinging tendencies. And we're going to use absorption as a metaphor of interdependence to help us to better leapfrog over our competitive tendencies. And so without needing to visualize or believe or emote or imagine, we're going to play with words that are going to help us to play with the idea that all beings of all worlds, real or imagined, could blissfully melt into rainbow light that absorbs into our bodies. And that all bodies of all beings, real or imagined, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. We're going to begin with all places of all beings, real or imagined, blissfully melting into rainbow light that absorbs into our body. And then we're going to play with the idea of all beings, real or imagined, blissfully melting into rainbow light that absorbs into our speech faculty, our communication faculty. And then we're going to play with the idea that all communication of all beings, real or imagined, blissfully melts into rainbow light that melts into our mind, that absorbs into our mind, and that all minds of all beings, real or imagined, blissfully melt into rainbow light that, including our own, that melts into the void, which is a metaphor of non-graspability, the same non-graspability that is available for us to sample during every exhalation wherein we relax. Okay, having said that, giddy up. Huh. That's weird. Oh, maybe this is the problem here. Okay. Well, there you go. Bob's your uncle. Let's seal our practice with a wee bit of chanting, shall we? May all the homo modus, non-humans, and so forth be overcome. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. May they be thoroughly pacified. May all kinds of interferences, diseases, and possessing spirits be pacified. May all be separated from unfavorable conditions. And may all experience favorable conditions and everything excellent. Through this curtain may there be at this time happiness and health. May all mind, speech, forms, and lots be as wise, loving, healthy, and fortunate as kind gazes bija mantra yidam and vati of lore. May all beings like kind gaze, master being, flexible, loving, laid back, egalitarian, cooperative, and kind. May all beings practice of kind communication, conduct, and calmness, spontaneous and uncontrived. May all beings like kind gaze master the Eightfold Path as well as liberate others. May each being take auspicious rebirth, complete the Buddha's path, and then help all others do likewise. May everyone be free from stress, may everyone be happy, may no one be separated from the happiness. May everyone have balance from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging free. If you feel that I have earned it, please type something in the chat window, give this live stream a thumbs up, and share it on social media. In approximately 10.5 hours, we could return and explore triggering beliefs and meditation, as well as chant and meditate some more. Until then, may you and yours be happy and healthy. And if you are as geeky as me, this is the way.